My name's Simon Wick. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience and reaction when my son, Sam Wick, was refused entry to the United States. So, basically, we come across in 2010 as UK citizens on H1B, which is a specialist work visa, and H4 visas for the dependents, which was Sam's mum and Sam. Years later, Sam turns 21, of course, and he ends up on a student visa to be in the United States and to obviously exist here. He met a young lady called Morgan, who's now our daughter-in-law. At the time, they'd been going out for about 3 years, and they went back to see Sam's sister in the UK around Christmas time for 3 weeks. We thought nothing of it because Sam was completely legal. But then when Sam tried to return home, he was refused entry at the gate at the airport because they said his visa needed to be verified, which obviously was very upsetting, and Morgan had to come back to the United States on her own and leave Sam in the UK. My initial thought was really one of upset. I know Sam and obviously Morgan were extremely upset, and of course it wasn't a very positive reaction when we understood that Sam got refused, even though he was really legal, and so that wasn't at all a good reaction. I was very angry at that particular point with the system, of course, the system which is already went through many hoops to get to where we were. Then, speaking to attorneys, we managed to get Sam to see the United States Embassy in London, and even paid a lot of money to have justification of why Sam should be considered to enter into the US. But he was denied 2 times. Cost of lots of thousands of dollars, and again, lots of upset for the family, and of course Sam especially. During this period, Sam luckily did have his sister living in the UK, so he did have housing, etc. there, but he basically had to coexist in the UK, even though he'd been in the US for nearly 5 years, or around 5 years at that time. So had to really work on life. He had no car, he had no money, had to try and get a job, and was very upsetting for him, and I'm sure a bit of a life learning experience for sure. I don't think any of us really understand, even today, how difficult it was for Sam and Morgan during that time. And certainly, I'm very proud of what Sam and Morgan put themselves through to manage to overcome that, for sure. And obviously, during that period, Sam and Morgan felt more that they should be together, and obviously they're very much in love. So one day, Sam proposed outside Big Ben in London, which was very exciting for the whole family. And not just because of the process, but it meant that obviously, hopefully with a fiancé visa as well, that Sam and Morgan could start thinking about living back in the US, which is what they both wanted, of course. So months later, of course, they did come over on a fiancé visa program and did get married, both legally and then with celebration later on. And we are here over a year later, and everyone is very happy. Sam and Morgan are very happy. The family's very happy. But it still obviously has some dreadful thoughts when you think back to it. But I honestly think it has made Sam a better person for sure, having to go through that hardship. I'm sure I wouldn't want to put that on anybody or Sam again at any point. But we struggle with the visa aspect of it every day. We are green card holders, but we still have to obviously justify the renewal of that or moving into citizenship. But all in all, that whole process for Sam and Morgan was a rough time, and certainly, I can really understand how they feel, and at that time as well, how angry I'd say is the most reactive part of what I can say about the visa process, and the frustrations of trying to do the right thing to stay in a country and it's still not working. Anyway, good news is we end the story on a very positive light, and obviously Sam and Morgan are very happy. Thank you.